welcome to Meredith Mondays on the channel BeautyForTwo. I figured I'd do like a little intro and whatever and give you a little insight about what my branding would be. So, I find that on YouTube, being a housewife, a stay-at-home mom, there's only one income, so you can't just blow loads of money on the latest palettes or, like Morphe. I can't afford that. And, I got issues. Like, I suffer from depression and social anxiety, so this was kind of weird for me. But I like to try to make myself feel better about myself, and the way that I do that is through makeup. And I wouldn't say I do makeup often, but I do it a lot, especially when I'm feeling down. And I feel like we might be able to bring something new to YouTube. Or I personally have never found a channel on YouTube where it's dedicated to a broke bitch. I personally, I cruise and I cruise and I cruise, and I always just find myself watching the usual beauty influencers, like the top name, like I don't even know. I don't want to name drop, whatever, but it's different when you're watching these and you're like, oh yeah, that palette's beautiful, but my wallet's not that big. But I mean, we're wanting to appeal to people like us. Like, clearly, I'm not skinny. I don't have long, flowy, beautiful hair. I don't have the best makeup abilities, and I sure shit don't have the money. So we want to do drugstore, and because that's what we got and that's what we're working with. And I do Ipsy, so on like the Meredith Mondays, whatever, I'll be showing you my Ipsies, and then if Sky ever gets into Ipsy or Birchbox or whatever, we'll compare the two and see her views on it and see my views on it. And I think that's another thing, is because I'm more muted down. I do more natural, like this purple thing, it's kind of new to me. Like, this is something that I would have done in high school, and the older I get, the more like natural tones I work with. But I also want to do more. So with a palette like the one that I'm going to show you in the video, it's fun to work with. But Sky is more, she wants brighter, darker, shinier, shimmery. So we're like opposite on the scale. Like, I'm more muted down. I do softer looks than Sky does. Bam, in your face, bright, beautiful looks. And like, I feel like Sky's way better than me, so just bear with me. So not only are we gonna, appeal to like the broke bitch audience, we're also gonna appeal to two separate audiences. So like, you like more natural things, then yeah, cool, I'm here. But you want to like jazz it up and do something bright and bold, then Sky's your girl. I hope y'all enjoy the video. Today I'm working with LA Colors palette. It's got 16 beautiful colors in it, and I think throughout the week I'll try out different ones and we'll just see how it goes from there. But anyways, yeah, that's pretty much all I got, so continue watching. Hello, my name is Meredith, and I guess I'm gonna do some makeup looks. Me and my best friend Sky are going to show you a bunch of looks. We're gonna do a vlog type video or whatever. I'm gonna do my own and she's gonna do her own, and just see what we can come up with. So today I'm going to do a look with the LA Color palettes. Drugstore. Ooh, not fancy, but LA. I'm not a foundation kind of person. I mean, I have pretty textured skin, I have discoloration and everything, but all I find that foundation does is bring it out worse. So what I'm doing is I'm putting like a moisturizing lotion on my skin. It's actually not like a moisturizer for your face. It's a Neosporin eczema stuff because I've got some eczema. And I'm gonna take an eyeshadow primer. And this is literally no brand because I got it in some cheap thing from a store called Five Below, and it's literally like no brand. So I take a little dab and I just rub it in. I like to extend it onto my actual eyebrows. I don't really know why. I mean, to me it makes it like a smoother, easier place to do my eyebrows and kind of darkens them up a little bit. I don't know. Make sure they don't look like little caterpillars. I'm going to make sure that that's dry. I'm gonna do like a base coat with a different palette. This one's the Nudes by Maybelline, and just kind of lay it on the lid, plop it wherever you want a smoother transition. And that's also something else I'm gonna take from this palette is a transition shade. So, and I know it literally looks like I'm not doing anything, but this shade is actually pretty close to my skin tone. So, I'm just gonna kind of work it up and work it up until it actually looks like something. I'm gonna pop the closest thing to a transition shade that I own into my crease. Sorry, my cat's going crazy. I actually, I've been doing Ipsy. I've only gotten one bag, and they actually sent me a really pretty shade that I could probably use as a transition with this look. I'm a pretty cheap person, and not having like loads of money, I like to see what I can create with the cheapest makeup I can find. And so that would be my transition. That's not that bad. Now, with my Ipsy thing, I got this. Well, okay, no, I didn't get that in Ipsy. I got this in Ipsy. I don't know if this would work, but it would be nice for what I'm going with. It's from Marsk, Sydney, London. It's a mineral eyeshadow in the color You're Toasted. So, I mean, it's really pretty. Tap off the excess. And I'm just gonna pat it on top of where I put that transition shade, just so I'm not like overpowering it and I can actually blend it out here in a second. These are actually Eco Tools. And they're pretty good brushes, but I just don't have an actual blending brush for it, so I'm using a Luxie 207, which this is like the best brush I've ever used in my life. So, it's gorgeous. I'm going to take a little bit of this really beautiful, this palette is so cheap that the colors don't have names, so I'm totally okay with that. It's like a beautiful frosted cranberry, almost like burgundy color. It's really beautiful. Kind of matches my shirt, so that's the reason I'm using it. Needed a good excuse to use it, so I'm just going to work that in. Just working it in. And so anyways, I'm just patting for now, and then I'll blend upwards in a second. Pat, pat, pat. And like I said, I'm by no means professional or even good. I'm subpar at best. But I think it would be interesting for people to get someone's point of view on drugstore makeup that, you know, has drugstore money and not like high-end money or whatever, because I ain't about to go to like Ulta or Sephora and buy hundreds of dollars worth of crap, because, you know, rent. I know a lot of people say to just like blow off the excess or like lightly tap it, but I like bang that crap, because this palette is like super pigmented, and yeah, there's a little bit of fallout, but this thing is like $6 at HEB, and I wasn't able to find it at Walmart or anything, but I found it at HEB, and if you live in Texas, you know what that is. So it's a pretty nice palette. It's got some colors in it, and like although it is like shimmery, I'd say it's more like frosted, but it's not like glittery. It's not like heavy with glitter, so it's not chalky. It's actually very, very creamy, very smooth. So darken the corners right here. I'm gonna take this, there's a color in here, and it's like a dark gray, but when you put it next to a purple or like a maroon burgundy color like this, it kind of turns blue. So what I'm doing now is just trying to bring the color upwards and outwards and make sure it actually blends in with the color, because I'm sorry, like, blending is everything. You're not gonna have a good look if you don't blend. And my eyes are like two different shapes, so they always come out two different shapes. So I always have to do like a little extra to this eye. I don't know if any of you have this same issue, but I definitely have this issue where it's like this eye will always come out really nice, and this eye, like specific to right here, I have like a really weird waterline, so it just like, it does what it wants to do. So I mean, they're definitely not twins. They might be distant cousins. Same with my eyebrows. They don't look a thing alike. So now, because I really like this pink shade, I'm going to actually make sure it's like actually pigmented in there. So just dabbing it on. No blending necessary for this part. It kind of, I find like this brush magically makes everything just melt together. It's so nice. So I'm going to drag that into the blue, or well, it's supposed to be a gray color, but next to this it looks like a navy. navy blue. So I'm going to see about. So yeah, that's nice. I like it. So I think what I'm gonna do next is I want to brighten the very center where that grayish blue color meets the cranberry or whatever color it is. So I'm gonna take a shimmery white, pack it onto my brush because I want it to actually look like I did something there. So I want it right in the center. See how it just kind of shines it up a little. So I like to pat in a circular motion that way, because you don't want to blend it out, because you don't want the white to take over. You still want the colors to show. So if you try blending, it's just not gonna look how you want it to. So I'm gonna go back with that nice cranberry shade, and then I'm going to, from the corner, just flick it. Now, palettes always give you this like weird little brush thing, and most people just set them aside. I use them to do like the smoke out on the lash line, because like I just can't do it with a regular brush. So I use this thing, and I find that it works so well, because you could just like literally tap it on there, and then with the corner just kind of smudge it out a little bit. So this has a use. It has several uses, and you wouldn't think of it, because it's like, oh, it's just like a cheap little brush. Who uses these? Well, they've got purpose. So what I'm gonna do is literally just take it and swipe it. But I feel like it changes the appearance a lot. So I just kind of like dab the color onto the edge and swipe across. Ta-da! Now I'm going to take eyeliner. I do my process pretty weird, so just like stick with me. That's not what I want. I know this looks pretty ghetto, and I don't even know what kind it is. CoverGirl Liquid Blast. That's a dumb name, but it's pigmented. Like, it's super dark, and I generally don't like using pencils, like actual pencils that you have to sharpen, because they just hurt my eyes, and I can never find the sharpener, so I always end up having to use a different sharpener every time. And like, if you've got this problem, I feel you, because like it always turns out different, and then like they break all the time, and it's just not worth it. But this one is worth it, and I got this at, I believe it was HEB too, but I know that they have them at Walmart. For it. If it's a pencil, I'm going to use it on my lash line, and that's it. I literally just take a color from the Maybelline Nudes, and because it's the only color that I have that would even come close to being an eyebrow shade. So I was drugstore makeup and my mom bought it for me and I was like, ew. So I was like, fuck it, I'll take it. I'm cheap, whatever. But I've been doing Ipsy, so I've been getting like big brands or whatever. And this is Lights Camera Lashes 4-in-1, and this is actually amazing. I didn't like it at first because it, like, you know, you swipe it on your hand, it like see how it coats, and it just looked and felt really drying. But this stuff is amazing. Like, it separates, it doesn't clump, it's not chalky feeling, and it like really actually see the difference. I'll do the bottom lashes too so y'all can see. Actually, just like, it smells disgusting. Now it smells like paint that I used to use in my like 4th grade art room. It smells disgusting, like it smells horrible. But whenever it dries, it doesn't smell all that bad. So, I mean, you can see the difference between one eye and the other. Let me actually look at the camera for once. There we go. See, this one, this one, this one, this one. This one is freaking nice. I only do like a few coats, and I really don't. I wish I was that kind of person that was like, ew, give me fake lashes. But like, no, my lashes scrape into my eyebrows if I open my eyes too wide, especially if I wear mascara, so it just doesn't work for me. I'm going to apply a second coat. Whew. Well, I just fucked that up. Anyways, so I'm gonna be using this mascara throughout the whole week because I want to see how it works out. Because sometimes you get a product and you really love it at first, and then it just starts to not, you know, it just goes to crap. But sometimes you get a product and you don't like it at first, and the more you use it, the more you actually like it. And I think that's how this is going. But I want to make sure that I actually like it, so at the end of this vlog, I can tell you guys if it would